All of you know my friend Penny Heron with Creative Grids, and she has invented something she's been waiting how many decades for?
Yeah, 10 years in the making.
Okay, Penny, show us your thing.
Okay, I have wanted Creative Grids to do cutting mats for over 10 years, but we could never get all of our ducks in a row to make it my dream mat. And so I'm going to show you the features that we incorporated into this mat that makes it the best mat that you'll ever use. So if you can go down on here, all of the numbers are in circles. They're easy to read. We found that as we age, it's easier to see the white on the gray. And so our mat is gray with teal markings, but it is an 1/8-inch grid on the entire mat. So you can use the mat to measure. I'm left-handed and have a hard time reversing all of the numbers on the rulers, so it doesn't matter on this. So I can actually use my rulers to measure over and use these dash marks, so I don't have to go the entire length of the mat to get the 1/8 inch that are on the other brands. We also put the numbers on the outside of the grid. A lot of the mats, they're printed on the inside, which meant I always lost the first inch and the last inch because I couldn't put fabric there, or I lost all my inch markings. So that is one of the features I really love. The Stripology ruler is our #1 selling ruler of all time, and so people got used to using the stars to cut 1.5-inch strips that are marked on the Stripology rulers, and squares for the 2.5-inch. So we've incorporated that here. If you're cutting 1.5-inch strips, you follow the stars all the way across the mat. If you're doing 2.5-inch strips, you follow the squares. And so you don't even have to read the numbers on the ruler. If you're cutting, those are the most popular cuts, and so they're all marked for you. If you like to do a lot of kitting, or you want to do fat quarters or for shop purposes, we also added the yard cuts. So this is 1/8 of a yard, 1/4, 1/3, 3/8, etc. So they are on the mats as well to make it easier for shops to cut yardage or to cut kits. There is also a 45 and a 60-degree line on here, so you can cut your angles and cut bias, etc. But the entire mat is two-sided. On this side, we designed it to go specifically with the Stripology rulers because it has 1-inch vertical, 1/2-inch horizontal grids. Most strip sets that you cut are 1.5, 2.5-inch increments. So therefore, we made the lines this way 1.5 inches, so I could stagger strip sets going up here, lay the Stripology on top, and cut multiple squares at a time. So if I layer the fabric 8 high and have 5 sets of 8 going this way, the longer slots in the Stripology XL allows you to cut that many at a time. So every time I'm making a cut, I'm cutting 4 2.5-inch squares, for instance. So this is a simplified version of the mat. I can use it for trimming, but I can also use it with the Stripology, and it works great.
You said 8 layers?
At a time, yes.
Wow.
Yes, and we also, a lot of the mats out had a huge warning here about keep out of the sun, store flat, etc. We all know that, so we put that on the sticker so it's removed and it's not on your mat to obscure lines that you actually do need, for the life of the mat. So give it a try. It comes in 4 sizes, 6 by 8, 12 by 18, 18 by 24, and 24 by 36.
Okay, you've got something else to show, right? Something really big.
The Stripology.
Yes.
XL. Yes, actually, I'll leave this side up for the XL. And this is the new XL by Gudrun Erla. Everybody loved the original Stripology. We've sold over 500,000 of those.
I think that we sold 100,000 of those.
Yes.
Our girls love them.
And but the main question I'm asked, and when I was down in your territory, people were asking the same thing. It's if I can only afford to buy one, which one should I buy? And so what we've done is combined the width of the original Stripology with the height of the Stripology squared. And so now the slots are as long as they are with the Stripology squared, so you can square up blocks up to 12.5 inches or easily cut fabric on the fold. And but you can still cut 8 2.5-inch strips or 14 1.5-inch strips with this one like you can the original Stripology. The other features that we've added to this is we found that the weight of the ruler, because I'm going to flip this over, there is grip behind every single one of these, so they don't slip, they don't move, and I have arthritis in my hands now, so I've realized that if I use this, I don't have to put pressure on the ruler to hold it in place. It will keep everything in place, so I can make 14 cuts at a time without ever having to move the ruler, and everyone is going to be the exact same thickness. But when I'm trimming up a quilt, then I found that I love to use this to trim a quilt because the weight of it holds all the layers in place, and I can just make sure that it's even on the outside. So we have added 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4 inch dash lines so you can use it to trim your quilts without losing your points. There's also 60-degree angles added to this version, and the 60-degree angles allow you to cut 60-degree triangles, 60-degree diamonds with this tool because they go in both directions. And then Gudrun has designed a set of trim tools so that you can trim off the corners of all of those triangles so they nest together perfectly and you get perfect results when you sew them together. It also, this is another feature on this one that we put on the Stripology Mini that everyone loved. We actually put a 90-degree angle here, and this is the 60 degrees, so when you're putting, this would be actually 120, so when you're laying that on the edge of your blocks, it helps to keep it square because you have a true corner, so you're not going to get off when you're squaring things up. This, you can square up a block with the original Stripology. Because this is wider, we could expand the squares. So if I'm trimming blocks to 10 inches or up to 12 inches, I use the black lines here. But now we've made it a turnaround feature. If you're squaring up blocks in 1/2-inch increments up to 12.5 inches, I can do it from this side of the ruler, and see, then the numbers are right here, and they don't have to be on the square, they're on top of each other. This has made it possible for very, very few miscuts.
Wow. Yeah. A lot you can do with this.
Yes, you can do almost everything with this. It's just amazing, and it goes so much faster. So Gudrun and I raced because I'm really good at rotary cutting with a regular ruler. But when you're using a traditional ruler, every time you reposition your 6x24, you have to line it up again, and then every 3 and 4 you have to take a sliver off to make sure you're still square. With this, I can cut 14 1.5 inch or 8 2.5 inch without ever having to move the ruler again. So you really can cut about 75% faster with this without the wear and tear on your joints and your hands. And another advantage that a lot of people don't know is this outer edge is exactly 1 inch on each side. So you can actually, instead of 14 1.5 inch strips, you can get an additional cut out of there.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Great.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're going to enjoy it.
Penny's not coming to see us this year, but she's coming next year for our schoolhouse, and it's going to be wonderful.
Yes, I am so excited about that. And I'm collecting all kinds of new notions and things, and so we'll have all kinds of things to share with you.
And we will have all these mats and the new XL ruler in the shop very, very soon. They're probably in stock, aren't they?
The XL is in stock, and the new diamond and the Crazier 8s are in stock, so those are our new rulers for this market. The mats are due to arrive the end of December.
Okay, so they'll be there by our open house. Great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Penny.
When's your open house?
January 3rd and 4th, and it's going to be huge, because we're opening up the third building.
Where is the third building?
It's right beside the original building.
Okay,
it was a drugstore.
You have the one behind, so now oh, cool.
Yeah. So it'll kind of make an L for all three together.
So is the other building then, are you going to move all the machines in there?
Yes. Anything that has a plug will be in the new building. Anything without a plug,
is this
eye
stuff,
candy.
or you're just
No, I'm going to finish it up and just say anything with eye candy will be in the old building.
Okay.